Only the fighters are this far forward, concealed in ruins or in bunkers around the airport's fringe. As we stopped by the roadside, shelling erupted. All this under the first ceasefire.
You can hear the shelling here behind me in the airport area. We're in a trench close to the airport. There is no ceasefire. It's an illusion.
Eyewitness images show rebel rockets being fired at the airport from next to a housing block. A new truce may have been agreed, but the existing one has been breached many times. Around 1,000 people have been killed since the first ceasefire. In hospital we met civilians wounded in bombing that killed a 12-year-old boy. Locals say he was decapitated by a Ukrainian army shell. This woman's son-in-law was wounded. She's struggling to take care of her grandchildren. I'm not alone here. There are many people in the same situation. Grandmothers and grandfathers. Go and see them. We did, hiding in basement shelters near the front line, among nearly 500,000 displaced people. And if you're elderly and you've been used to living in your own flat all of your life, this really is a pitiful situation to find yourself in. Everybody I've spoken to here talks about listening to the shelling constantly. Vasily Vladimirovich and his daughter have lived here for 4 months. He's terrified to venture out. Our flat doesn't exist anymore, he told me. There's no door, there's no glass. We came here for peace and quiet. Under the streets of a European city, they feel forgotten by the world. And just outside, these rebels were guarding tanks. They wouldn't let us film the armour stationed next to a civilian shelter, but we managed to take a photograph. Winter has deepened the hardship for millions. This is Yasenovata, still in rebel territory, and still a war zone, as it was in the autumn when we last visited. Only now, nobody seems to pay any notice to the sound anymore. The government has stopped paying pensions and welfare. They tell the rebels it's their job now. We haven't had our pension for 5 months, the woman says, and I can't go anywhere else. There's nowhere else for me to live. Mines and factories have closed, livelihoods have been destroyed, and schools shut. Outside another shelter, women were talking when shelling started. Below, children were crowded in with their parents. They've created their own community of support. We sleep here and hide here from the bombing, says Sabina. They bring us food. We're scared to go up to the surface. And when someone starts crying, we play games. They know what ceasefires here are worth. Promises to be broken every day. Fergal Keane, BBC News, Donetsk.